Welcome back, mamas. Y'all, today I have a story that happened to us over the weekend. I want to share it with you. It is going to, I believe, inspire you and inspired me to share a word with you today. Intuition. This word is something that is powerful. It's something that I just want to speak into you today that I feel somebody needs to hear this. You need to hear this. I know I needed to hear it, and I cannot wait to get to it. So let's go. Do you wish you had control of your days, that you had a rhythm, but instead feel overwhelmed, scattered, and like there's never enough time? You're in the right place. I'm Danielle, a recovering workaholic, wife, and stay-at-home mom of two girls. I've learned how to reclaim my time and find purpose and freedom so I can be present with my kids and feel like myself again. Here, we embrace where we are, but we don't stay there. So if you're ready to trade the chaos for clarity, the guilt for grace, and the endless to-do list for aligned flow, grab the kiddos a snack and toss in that laundry because I know you're multitasking, and let's do this because your time, your purpose, and you matter. Okay, mamas. So I'm going to use a story that happened to us over the weekend. Me and my girls, we were in the car, and I want to use this story because it inspired me to think of something that we may forget as moms. A lot of times we forget this. And so it just reminded me of you guys, and I wanted to share it. So we were driving to Kings Island. It's an amusement park near us. Over the weekend, I told my girls they could bring a friend with them to Kings Island. And I said, we're going to go on Friday. If you guys want to invite a friend, they can spend the night. We'll, spend all day there, whatnot. Okay. So the weather is not looking great for this day, and it winds up pouring down rain the morning of. So I'm picking up these girls. It's raining. I'm like, we are going to go. I've looked at the radar. I think everything is going to be at least past us, or at least to where we can go to the park around 11. So we're just going to drive on up. So we're driving up in this storm. It is storming. It is pouring. And we go and we're getting off the exit to go to Kings Island. And I am like, what is this guy doing? I'm like, why does he have his window rolled down? He's got his arm out his window. I'm like, what is this guy doing? I'm like, girls, look at this guy. What is he doing? And he has his arm out the window. He's got a windshield wiper in his hand, and he is manually with his hand wiping his windshield with his windshield wiper. Okay. His windshield wiper was, I guess, broken off the car or something. And he is manually waving this thing across his windshield. It is storming, storming. I'm like, oh my gosh, my girls are like, what is he doing? How can he see? Oh my gosh. And they're like taking pictures and everything. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And I was like, that is ingenious, right? Like that is so funny, but it made me think of, what do you do? Like, what do you do? It looked like, I don't know if he ripped the windshield wiper off or if he like pulled part of it off, but it was like he in the moment had to decide what he was going to do. Now, me personally, I might have pulled to the side of the road. I don't know. Might not have ripped my windshield wiper off and started using it manually with my hand. I don't know. But he did, right? He took that initiative and reached his hand out the window, and it worked. Like he got off the expressway. It actually started, the rain started to die down as we got off the expressway. And I was like, oh my gosh, I wonder how long he was driving like that. And it's a really funny story, right? But it made me just think of how we as moms in the moment of something, right? Like if you listened a couple of weeks ago, me talking about, my daughter having to get stitches and all of this, and how in the moment, in the heat of the moment when things happen, a lot of times our intuition kicks in, right? It's something inside of us that tells us what to do. I feel like we as moms have more intuition when it comes to our kids than we even do for ourselves. We have this like instinct that kicks in when we know that something's wrong. Like I can sense if something is wrong with one of my kids, and we have this for ourselves. It's like a gut feeling. But a lot of times when it comes to ourselves, we don't trust it as much, right? Like we have our mother's intuition and what we should be doing for our kids. But a lot of times when it comes to ourselves and using our intuition to help us to do things for ourselves, we don't lean into it as much. We don't tune into it as much. And so I wanted to read my first quote here, and it's from Sonia Chakothy. It's Chothy. Quette, Chiquette, I don't know. But it says intuition doesn't tell you what you want to hear, it tells you what you need to hear. Intuition doesn't tell you what you want to hear, it tells you what you need to hear. And a lot of times, our intuition is telling us something that we may not really want to hear, right? Like we decided to be a stay at home mom. This is what we wanted to do, right? And now our intuition is saying, we want more. We want more. And we are like, what do you mean more? Like we have enough on our plate as it is. How can we do more? We can't do more. Like, where are we going to fit more in? Like, we don't have the time. Like, we come up with all of these excuses of why we can't have more or why we don't deserve more when our intuition is telling us that we need more, right? We need more for ourselves. And this is not a bad thing. It is not a selfish thing. It is a normal thing. There are moms out there that their whole selves are put into motherhood and all of the things that come along with being a mother. And they are 100% fulfilled by that. They are driven by that. That is something, that they are wanting to do all of the crafts and they're wanting to be the Pinterest mom and, all of this stuff. But if there is something about you that is wanting more for yourself, and we are not tuning into that, this is where we get into trouble. And I say trouble because what happens, you've heard the phrase, when mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. Well, that is true. When we are off, we aren't able to parent from a place where we would be parenting if we were happy, right? If we were fulfilled, if we were getting what we needed to be getting for ourselves, if we weren't wanting more, if we weren't feeling unsettled or unhappy. And this is not something where we need to feel guilty about it, right? I just want to tell you that if your intuition is telling you that you need more for yourself, you deserve more for yourself. You do. I absolutely 150% love, love, love being a mom. Would not choose any other, like, let's put it, profession, right? Like that is my number one job, is being a mom. I want to stay at home. I don't want to go back to work. However, I did want more for myself. I wanted more for myself, and I can have both, right? If we don't figure out what it is that we want, that we are yearning for, that reason that we are unsettled, then what will happen is it will start to eat at you. And it will start to become this thing where you just feel so lost. You feel so lost. You have everything you thought you wanted, but you are unhappy. And now you're becoming depressed because you don't know what it is, but you need something more. And that's where I found myself. I found myself there, and you may find yourself there now. And I just want to tell you, number one, you're not alone. There are so many of us that feel this way. And number two, you don't need to stay there. You don't need to stay there, because you can have more and still be the present, loving, I'm going to say more fulfilled, more loving, more present mom once you understand what it is that you mean by that, right? Like you might not even know what that more looks like. I know I didn't. I know I thought I did. I thought I would just go and try a little of this and that and the other thing and what I used to do and whatever. And none of that was fulfilling me. It wasn't filling my cup. I needed something different. And it took me a while to figure it out. It's why I developed this Prioritize Your Purpose coaching, to help you figure it out quicker, right? Because I don't want you going through what I went through. I want you to get clarity. And sometimes the clarity will bring enough, right? Like we can take these baby steps towards what it is that we want more of, right? And just knowing though, and knowing that we are going to be taking the steps and figuring out what that looks like for us, a lot of times that is all that it will take to make you feel fulfilled again, to make you happy, because you are uncovering. It's like you've lost a piece of yourself and you don't know what to do. And now you're figuring it out, and you're figuring out what your new life looks like, because mom life definitely looks different than prior to mom life, right? But when you're feeling that lost and like a piece of you is just, you're just searching. You don't even know what the piece is that you're missing. You just know it's there. Like there is a piece missing that you need to fill. And that's what I want to help you with the Prioritize Your Purpose coaching. But we need to lean into that intuition, that feeling that you're getting, that gut feeling. I want to read one more quote from Steve Jobs that says, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. Everything else is secondary, y'all. He says, have the courage to follow your heart, that intuition telling you that what is right for someone else may not be right for you, right? What is more for you will not be what more is for someone else. Every single person is different, but let's figure that out. Right? Let's lean into it. Let's have the courage to explore it. I know when I found myself in this place, I felt super guilty. I almost felt shameful for feeling this way. And I didn't know what to do with that. But I want to tell you that it's okay. You don't need to feel guilty or shameful. You can have that mom life that you dream of and also have more for yourself, whatever that more looks like. And I want to help you figure out what that is with the Prioritize Your Purpose coaching. That is what we do. We get to a granular level and we figure out what your core values are, what's important to you at this moment in your life. What are your strengths? What can you take on right now? Where should you be leaning in? We figure out how to prioritize things and get into an aligned flow so that you can balance, if you want to say the word balance, of aligned flow. Not everybody knows what that means, but balance is a word that I don't really like, but that's kind of what everyone else uses, that term of balance, where you are balancing all of these things at once, right? I like aligned flow because you tend to go in and out of things. You go in and out of your tasks, of your daily life, and they kind of flow together. But we do it in such a way where they're flowing together in alignment, and you figure out what it is for you that you want. And every person is different, right? So that's what we're doing. I would love for you to go to prioritizewithpurpose.com, prioritizewithpurpose.com, my website, check out the coaching for yourself, sign up for a session, and have the courage to take that step, to figure it out, to follow your own intuition. If this is what your gut, your heart, your intuition is telling you, you need to follow it. And I want that for you. I know that it was a journey for me. And so that's why I developed the coaching, is to make it still will be a journey, but the path will be laid out for you and the journey will be much easier. And I want that for you. So I am so excited about the coaching. I am so excited for you to lean into your intuition and to understand what it feels like to be fulfilled again, right? So trust your intuition, have the courage to take that first step, whether it's just, I do have other episodes that walk you through some of the things that you can do. I will tag them in the notes, but please, if you can, sign up for a session. I would love to help you through this, okay? So until Thursday, y'all. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, Mama. If so, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts and then hit share and send this to a mom who needs this in her day. I'll meet you right here on Thursday. Keep smiling, y'all.